If you like this edition and you want to know more about the topic and understand it in detail, head on to pallavisehgal.com to see the full video on the topic. You know, we are talking about the fundamentals of beauty in this series, and today we are going to start talking about some case studies. Today, we are discussing L'Oreal Luxe, the division that has become the gold standard for how legacy beauty companies can thrive in the digital age while maintaining their luxury positioning. L'Oreal Luxe generates $12 billion annually and houses some of the beauty's most coveted brands, from YSL Beauty to Lancome to Giorgio Armani Beauty to Urban Decay. But revenue numbers don't tell the full story. What makes L'Oreal remarkable is that how they've solved the luxury beauty's central challenge. How do you maintain premium positioning while appealing to digital native consumers who have discovered beauty through TikTok and not departmental store encounters? The portfolio power play. L'Oreal's genius lies in the portfolio orchestration and not just in brand management, the strategic brand architecture. It has ultra-premium brands like Helena Rubinstein, which are competing directly with the most exclusive beauty brands. It has luxury core beauty brands, for example, the YSL Beauty, the Lancome, the Giorgio Armani, which are the revenue engines with broad appeal. It has accessible luxury brands also like Urban Decay, which are gateway brands for younger consumers. And finally, it has the niche excellence, wherein it has brands like Maison Margiela fragrances, which give it cultural credibility and trend-setting. And this brings us to the portfolio synergy strategy. It gives its brands shared infrastructure, manufacturing R&D, and supply chain efficiencies. Then it also has cross-pollination, where an innovation developed for premium brand trickles down to the accessible lines. And then there is market intelligence. The consumer data from one brand informs product development for the others. And finally, there is risk distribution. If one brand faces challenges, others maintain portfolio performance. This brings us to the second part, which is the digital transformation masterclass. Let's discuss some platform-specific strategies. First and foremost, TikTok. L'Oreal brands create educational content and not just promotional posts. And then there is the influencer integration. Rather than one-off partnerships, L'Oreal builds long-term relationships with the creators who genuinely use the product, creating authentic advocacy. And then there is the e-commerce excellence. Each brand maintains distinct online presence while leveraging L'Oreal's technical infrastructure for personalization and customer service. These are the platform-specific strategies. Let's also talk about technology innovation. The AR try-on. L'Oreal was early to the virtual makeup testing, making online purchasing less risky for the customers. The personalization engines, AI-powered product recommendations based on skin tone, preferences, and purchase history. Social commerce. Seamless purchasing directly through social media platforms, reducing friction between discovery and purchase. And this brings us to the third pillar, which is the innovation pipeline. L'Oreal's €1 billion annual R&D investment creates sustainable competitive advantages that pure marketing cannot replicate. The lessons for the industry. What can other beauty companies learn from L'Oreal's approach? Let's talk about the strategic principles. When we are talking about the strategic principles, there is portfolio coherence. Each brand should serve a distinct purpose while contributing to the overall strategy. There is digital integration. Technology should enhance brand experience and not replace it. There is innovation investment. Consistent R&D spending creates sustainable differentiation. And then there is the customer-centric approach. Use data to understand and serve customers better and not just sell more products. The key insight out here being that L'Oreal succeeds because they understand that modern luxury beauty consumers don't want to choose between heritage and innovation, between exclusivity and accessibility, between premium quality and social media relevance. They want brands that deliver on all of these fronts simultaneously. The L'Oreal case study reveals that the future of beauty belongs to companies that can balance respect for beauty traditions with embrace of technological and cultural evolution. We hope that you've enjoyed the preview edition of this topic. If you like this edition and you want to know more about the topic and understand it in detail, head on to pallavisehgal.com to see the full video on the topic.